So today we're going to look into social media management in the age of AI. So this presentation will provide a strategic framework for leveraging artificial intelligence to transform a business's social media presence. So we'll also explore how to move beyond manual reactive tasks and adopt a more intelligent, proactive approach assisted by AI. So let's first address the core problem, fragmented and sometimes overwhelming nature of manual social media management. Many social media managers are caught in a reactive loop. We see content fatigue from the constant demand of customers and the audience for new material, and the logistical nightmare of scheduling across platforms, and the engagement abyss where valuable leads are lost in a sea of notifications, and looking at analysis paralysis, how that sets in, and where we're drowning sometimes in vanity metrics like likes and shares and all these things that don't necessarily, not always, translate to a direct bottom line or top line sales or bottom line profitability impact. So without optimization, social media, this becomes an endless cycle, a time sink for many businesses, and not always a driver of the business success. So then, what is the solution? Well, for this talk, of course, it's artificial intelligence. AI offers many toolkits to counter these manual challenges of social media management. So let's examine four examples of applications. There's predictive posting and timing, which uses data to determine when your audience is most active. There's automated DM triage, which employs natural language processing to filter messages and prioritize high intent inquiries. There is intelligent content ideation, which helps to generate relevant hashtags and captions or general content for like blogs and other social media channels. And lastly, advanced analytics like sentiment analysis, which can help to provide deeper insights into the audience mood or emotion, and moving beyond simple engagement metrics to understand what's really going on with the customers and how they're engaging with the content. So with a bit of a deep dive, let's first look into predictive posting and timing. This is where AI truly shines by eliminating the guesswork. So instead of relying on generic advice like post on Tuesday at 10 a.m. because that's when people are most active on social media in general, which may or may not apply to your audience, AI can perform a deep dive analysis of your specific audience's characteristics and behavior patterns. So you can see, for example, from this chart, as an example of the AI tool being able to identify peak visibility windows, so the exact times your followers are most active and likely to engage. So this helps to improve the visibility of content and to reduce the possibility that the content gets lost in lulls or periods of inactivity on the part of your average customer profile. Then there is the content generation or content ideation. So AI can act as a powerful creative assistant through visual recognition. It can identify objects, moods, and settings in your images to suggest relevant tags or improving discoverability, again, based on the characteristics of your customers and the data that is fed into the AI. It can generate, for example, smart hashtags that are not only popular, but also tailored to your audience and your brand, where brand characteristics can be included as part of this, including things like catchphrases or certain vocabularies that resonate well with your audience. So AI can also master tone matching, so crafting captions that align to the established brand voice and the guidelines. For example, if you have a brand that is meant to be educational or witty or professional context or fun and playful, all of these different voice styles can be added to the generation of content. So this hugely helps to streamline the creative process and helps to maintain brand consistency throughout the different communications and channels. So beyond that are DM tools, which is, of course, quite a time-consuming task for many businesses if they value personalized engagement. So AI-powered automated DM triage can help a marketing team to prioritize this process. So the system would use natural language processing for high intent query identification. So which customers are most likely be of highest value, and which customers are most likely to make a purchase or move forward on the funnel. And so this helps, or otherwise, which customers might have a risk of potential problems that would be more costly to address later on down the line. So it helps to flag the urgent opportunities or situations for an immediate human response if that's what's necessary as a next step in the process. So it also acts as a gatekeeper, implementing spam filtering to clear out noise and protect the inbox. And for common questions, it can also provide AI-generated response drafts, allowing the marketing team or the customer service team to approve and send replies with a single click. So this then frees up a huge amount of time. The team no longer has to draft an original response, but can rely on the AI for the first draft and then apply a layer of analysis or quality check on the communication before it goes out. So beyond the implementation, there is a key strategic layer that has to be that should be considered to optimize the effectiveness of the AI, and that's looking beyond just the surface metrics. So AI-driven analytics can provide a much richer understanding of the performance of the business with respect to its audience, or with respect to market trends or potential new audiences. In this case, the cornerstone is sentiment analysis, which detects the emotion behind the comments, if there's frustration or excitement or indifference, and can enable real-time pivots in the business strategy or in the communication strategy based on the audience sentiment, and not just on the engagement numbers. So it's one thing to have a like, but it's another thing to understand what goes behind that like and why that like was generated to begin with. So it can also enable competitive intelligence by monitoring brand mentions and market trends, not only of yours, but of also your competitors' businesses. So as the chart shows, which is a conceptual chart here, you can track sentiment over time, identifying dips, planning for recovery, and turning raw data into actionable insights to help the business move forward. So again, from a more strategic perspective, the AI enables this more strategic view of the business, where the social media manager goes from a scheduling and content generation role to a strategic role to bring together different parts of the business to address market concerns that go beyond just matters of communication. So by automating the mechanical tasks, in this way, AI liberates the team to shift from being coordinators to becoming strategists and community builders. This means prioritizing deep engagement with customers that are deemed to be potentially high-value customers, having meaningful dialogue with influencers, and providing thoughtful responses to customer concerns. And it also allows for a focus on quality over quantity, using the AI insights to identify content types that resonate and double down on audience pain points or motivation points. So the payoff for this could be huge in helping a business to better focus on higher value pursuits, and then rely on the AI and the automation of content responses, or even in some cases content generation, as to take care of the busy work, and to let the business team to focus on, again, looking at the high value opportunities and actioning those. So actual implementation of this can be done in 5 straightforward steps. I was about to say easy steps. They're not necessarily easy depending on the situation, but nonetheless, the framework is straightforward. First of all, a business can start with auditing their data to understand what are the customer contact points, what kind of information is available, what has been the top performing content. This is the kind of content that can be fed into the AI to generate the brand image and the future content in terms of tone, of the vocabulary that's used, and the approach that's made in terms of the writing or the development, generation of images, and to be able to use this content that resonates well with the audience as a foundation for the development of future content that will also resonate well with the audience. So the second part of this is to use the generative AI for creation, so drafting the captions and the SEO-friendly hashtags and the blogs and the content and video content. I mean, quite fascinating to see what AI can do in the generation of video comments, showing people who don't exist, but showing these people animated with hand gestures and facial expressions. And that technology and that capability is going to be only more fascinating to watch that grow in the coming year. The third part of this is automation of the distribution with smart scheduling, making sure that the customer engagement is optimized and that peak windows of engagement are pursued and followed up on. Fourth part of the implementation is monitoring, with along with the direct message triage to categorize messages and prioritize urgent customers, and to also ensure that the results of the system are accounted for, that there's a feedback loop that can be used to help enhance the system and improve the system over time. Finally, then, is engaging in the periodic refinement based on the monitoring results by reviewing what the sentiment is, how the AI is responding to that, and making changes in the prompts along the way, or the automated system, or the data that's collected or that is considered as a part of this process, and making sure the data is clean, that the data is available, that it's well connected, that it's timely. All these factors come into place in the continual refinement and ensuring that over the long run, the strategy remains agile, data-driven, and continuously improving over time. So then it's important to understand how the human factor or the human roles in the AI will adjust or evolve, and to make sure that the AI is being optimized for its involvement in the process, and that the humans or the overseers or the management team is optimizing for its input into the program. So all the process. So AI handles the science of social media, optimizing the data, timing distribution, and setting the stage for agility and efficiency. But it's the human team which focuses on the art. So this includes the storytelling, understanding with genuine empathy what it means when a customer makes a response to a social media interaction or a customer service request. What's the significance of this? And to be able to use this human interpretation to build genuine connections with the audience. So the golden rule in this case, AI is the engine, but the human is the driver. So the most successful implementation of this will use AI to power the human teams, but not replace them. So is the business ready for this kind of AI application? So before jumping in and adopting AI, an organization should look at some critical first questions. So first of all, what are the specific bottlenecks in the current workflow? And so it's then incumbent upon the business to pinpoint what the challenges are, where they lose the most time, where the tasks are most repetitive and day in, day out, and most distractive in many cases, and focus on that first. The second question is the brand voice itself documented well enough for the AI to use inputs to mimic the kind of style and consistency that the business wants for its brand? So that requires documentation of processes, of the brand image, of the fonts that are used, and stylistic considerations, what kind of words or phrases should be associated with the project or product or services, and for that matter, what kind of industry words or phrases should not be associated, how the business is trying to distinguish or differentiate itself. Third area is a question to ask is defining the success beyond the vanity metrics. What does success look like? What are we trying to solve with the AI, and how are we going to know if the AI system has solved those challenges? So, and then a business must be able to align the AI's function with the KPIs. So that's where this part of steps is bringing that all together, making sure that there's a way to track the success of the AI so that to enable greater improvement in later stages or in refinements along the way. And then that leads right into who does all this, who's the human in the loop. And of course, the AI is not intended to be off on its own, but that there is an oversight, a sort of governance process in place responsibilities are assigned, and there are people looking over the AI system who understand the AI system. What are its capabilities? What are its limitations? And what is the business obligations with respect to its communication, interaction with the customers? So this is the human in the loop, and that's business. Before implementing the AI, a business needs to consider all of these factors, and as part of its larger approach to governance and operational efficiencies, making sure that the AI itself, that the business is getting the greatest value out of both the AI and its employees. So bringing it all together, the AI optimization can transform social media from a resource drain or a daily drudgery into a growth driver. So we move away from the constant cycle of manual management and unclear impact towards an automated intelligence system that works for the business based on the trends and identifying the right analysis that allows the business to make the right decisions for the future. So by embracing this change, we aim to liberate the team's creativity, build better customer relationships, build trust over time, and help to move the business forward with a much more scientifically driven and effective process enabled by the AI. So with that, watch this space. There's a lot that's happening for businesses, and as these tools and systems become easier, then of course it becomes more accessible for small businesses to take part in this. And in that respect, I think this capability can enormously balance the scales between what's possible for a large business to do versus what's possible for a small business, and in that way, very much democratizes the technology and potentially makes it easier for smaller businesses to scale and present themselves with a stronger communication with their potential audience and customers. And so amazing possibilities. Looking forward to watching this journey and learning more along the way. And thanks for tuning in. Wish you all the best for the day ahead.